We are live right now with Mike Goldberg's classical music show. We've got a lot going on. We're in our brand new studio. We're about to go on air. We've got quite a few people in here, and it is also our pledge drive. So you get this backstage look. We're about 40 seconds away from going on air. How you feeling, Mike?
All right. Ready to go. Christen the new studio.
That's right. We're christening the new studio with a live performance. You're going to be seeing a lot more of these here. Mike already does quite a few, but I think we're going to get quiet just so that we can prepare to go on air.
1 minute. That was the Symphony Number 99 by Franz Joseph Haydn. Franz Bruggen leading the orchestra of the 18th century here on 88.9 WCBE. I'm Mike Goldberg here with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Remember, we're in the midst of our pledge drive. You can go to ideastations.org/give. 1-800-476-8440 is the number. I mentioned to you we have some very special guests today. The Chamber Music Society of Central Virginia putting on 2 concerts this weekend, tomorrow afternoon at 2 in the Richmond Public Library and Sunday afternoon at 4 at the First Unitarian Universalist Church. And we have several members in the studio today to christen our new studio with a new live performance. And Jim Wilson is the director of the Chamber Music Society of Central Virginia. Jim, it's great to have you here today.
Mike, thank you so much. It's great to be back.
This is a very exciting day for us. As I mentioned, we renovated this studio and it has more performance space, so we're going to have an opportunity to feature groups like yours to come in here and preview some of the concerts going on across Central Virginia. Who have you brought with you today?
Hey, Mike, I brought my crew along. One of my oldest musical friends that I have, flutist Mary Budell, who a lot of people here know. She's the principal flutist of the Richmond Symphony. I've brought a guitar player from New York named Adam Cockerham, who now is his 3rd appearance with us. He usually plays theorbo or lute with us, so he's bringing his guitar for the first time. Then I have the wonderful Grace Park, violinist, also from New York City. And I've known Grace for a while. I've played with her in St. Paul, Minnesota, and in New York, and I've toured with her internationally, and now she's in Richmond with me. I'm really happy about that.
So your concerts this weekend are themed to music from the Latin worlds, the old world of Italy and Spain tomorrow, and then the new world of South America and the Caribbean on Sunday? Or no, they're opposite.
Right, the reverse.
Okay, got that. I got that down. But they all feature music from Latin worlds.
Yes, and that's something that I've wanted to do program for a long time. It's perfect for spring. You know, it's not hot enough outside yet, so it might as well be hot inside the concert hall.
Well, maybe that'll convince Mother Nature to warm things up a little bit around here after this very cool spring. So tell us a little bit about the 2 concerts. What are we going to hear at the Richmond Public Library tomorrow? You actually have a different program, of course, for each concert.
Yeah, well, we partner every year with the Richmond Public Library to bring a series of free concerts. They're very informal. We talk a lot about the music, and the music can be rather experimental. So tomorrow's concert is kind of modern music from Latin America. So we have 2 pieces by the wonderful tango magician Astor Piazzolla. We have a piece by actually a Peruvian-American composer, Gabriela Lena-Frank. And then we have a piece by one of Cuba's most important modern composers, Julian Obon. And then on Sunday, the program's a little more traditional with the Verdi String Quartet, a guitar quintet by Boccherini, and some arrangements of the fantastic Spanish dances by Granados.
And before we get to some of the music, I'd like to introduce our listeners to the history of Jim Wilson in Richmond, because you've been here a long time, but you're based in New York City now, correct?
Yeah, right now I'm based in New York City. I used to live in Richmond for 14 years, from 1990 to 2003. And I moved here because I was a member of the Shanghai String Quartet. And we were on the faculty of University of Richmond. And then later I was on the faculty of Virginia Commonwealth University. And then I met the guy who's now my husband, and I moved to New York City.
But there obviously, like a lot of other folks, you have returned to Richmond, so there's got to be something special about Richmond for you.
Richmond's amazing. It's such a great community. It seems like such an exciting place. It's a place that loves music, and it's a place where you feel like you can do something a little different and you get appreciated by it. It's wonderful.
And today we are going to have some live performances, so we're going to start with some Astor Piazzolla. Would you like to introduce this piece?
Sure, this piece has a risky title. It's called Bordel, or Bordella, 1900, and it's from The History of the Tango by Astor Piazzolla, and it will be played by Mary and Adam.
Really neat, the Piazzolla. If you're just joining us right now, members of the Chamber Music Society of Central Virginia performing live here on 88.9 WCVE. They have 2 concerts this weekend, tomorrow at 2 in the Richmond Public Library and Sunday afternoon at 4 at First Unitarian Universalist Church. And the director of the Chamber Music Society is Jim Wilson. He is the cellist here with us today. And Jim, putting together these programs must be a bit of a challenge. I mean, first you've got to come up with the idea, which you had these ideas for a while, but then you've got to find the right musicians to go with these programs. So what does that all entail? I mean, you're bringing in people from New York City and other places. There's a lot of organization that has to come together.
It's like putting together a big dinner party. Like, you have to decide your theme, you have to decide, like, the scope of it, how many people you want to invite, like, what kind of food you want to have, then you have to go shopping, you have to decide your budget. You got to get everybody on board, send out the invitations, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the easiest way I can say to explain it. It's complicated, but it's really fun.
And all of the musicians that come in, obviously you played with at some point in your career.
Right. Sometimes I haven't played with them at all.
Oh, okay.
And that's the most exciting. I know them by reputation, and it's a good way to meet people.
Yes, definitely. And for those enjoying this live music, we've got some more music. You're going to hop on over to one of the other chairs to perform on cello. What's up next for us?
A very brief piece by the wonderful American composer Gabriela Lena-Frank. This is a piece called Flautas Mojicas, and it's from her 4 pre-Incan sketches. It's supposed to sound rather Peruvian, so if you ever heard Peruvian street musicians, this might sound familiar.
Okay. So that's what we're going to hear. And again, the programs this weekend are tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock in the Richmond Public Library in the Gelman Room, and then at First Unitarian Universalist Church Sunday afternoon at 4. By the way, the Chamber Music Society's website is cmscva.org. And we're going to let Jim take it away with Mary Boudel also on flute. And that was one of the movements from the 4 pre-Incan sketches by Gabriela Lena-Frank here on 88.9 WCVE. The Chamber Music Society of Central Virginia live in studio. Very exciting for our newly renovated studio. We expect to bring you more classical performances in the near future. We're going to hear from Grace Park, violinist, and Adam Cockerham up next on guitar. Jim, that was a bit of a workout for you on cello, wasn't it?
Yeah. You know, there's certain pieces of music where you have to kind of just physically own it.
You did just that.
Thank you.
Yes. So what's up next for us from Grace and Adam?
This is one of the 12 Spanish dances by Granados. This one is Andaluza. It's one of the more famous ones, and in arrangement for violin and guitar. And I love these pieces so much. My husband's a piano player, so I don't play piano anymore because I'm embarrassed around him. But when he's out of the house, especially on warm summer nights, sometimes I sneak this music out of the library and I open it up and I play it. It's just fantastic for me to be able to program it with such great musicians.
All right, Grace and Adam, take it away. Grace Park, violin, and Adam Cockerham, guitar, performing here on 88.9 WCVE. Jim Wilson with the Chamber Music Society of Central Virginia, again, performing this weekend here in town. It's really great to have you guys here in the studio.
Thanks, Mike. It's been a pleasure being here.
I have about 30 seconds to ask you what might be in the future for the Chamber Music Society next year. Just a sneak peek.
Brahms and Shostakovich.
You did that really well. Well, that's a real winner. But thank you all for stopping by here at the studio. Angela Messino, Lori Dudas, of course, here with me as we continue our spring pledge, and you can do your part to make these performances possible by donating at ideastations.org/give, 1-800-476-8440. How did you two enjoy that live performance? Wasn't it great?
Oh my God, that was amazing. Just being able to be so close too, you really feel the emotion in the studio. And we're live on Facebook as well, on WCV's Facebook page. So if you want to see that emotion, go ahead and go to our Facebook page, give it a like, share it, and this is just another great reminder that it's really your dollars that helps make this possible. So thank you for being a member. Go to ideastations.org/give or give us a call at 1-800-476-8440.
You are listening to your community idea stations, 88.9 WCVE FM Richmond, 89.1 WCNV Heathville, 90.1 WMVE Chase City, 93.1 WWLB Ettrick, and 107.3 WBBT Powhatan, in HD and streaming at ideastations.org. More music after the news from NPR. It's 101. More music after the news from NPR. It's 101.
Now we can clap. That was great. That was great.
You guys were rock solid.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was really good.
I did not roll on the beginning of our interview. That's what he was trying to get across.
That's what I was beating. I was kept pointing at the screen.